the first one of these should be kind of easy for you, I hope. I want you to write down a time in your life when you really respected the organization that you worked for. You respected its mission, vision, values, goals, and objectives. You were proud to say, I work for this institution. Now, it could be more than one, so if you have more than one, you can write those down. Now I'd like for you to write down a time when you really respected the leadership of the organization, most importantly, your supervisor. And you viewed him or her as somebody who was there to grow you, develop you, mentor you, cared about you, give you a pat on the back when you deserved it and a kick in the butt when you needed it. Would never ask you to do something that they wouldn't do. So write down, again, who that supervisor is, or the supervisors. Now I want you to write down a time when you were really proud of the team that you worked with. You really respected them. Everybody was pulling in the same direction, pulling their weight, supported one another, talked to one another, not about one another, right? You didn't feel like you were the one carrying that load. Time when you respected your team members. Time when you respected the work that you did. When you really valued the work and saw that it had meaning and significance to both you and your organization and your customers, right, to the world at large. I think a pretty easy one for the folks in this room, which is really terrific. So you respected the work. And finally, you felt respected as an individual. So one of the things that was mentioned earlier was how your opinions are really asked for, especially those who are new. You really want, right, to get those feedback and comments because then we can improve things. Love the whole attitude, continuous improvement, because that's what will make you win. By the way, if you're not going to do anything with people's questions and comments, don't ask. You know that, right? It's just more frustrating and disrespectful. So a time in your life when you feel really, you walk through the doors and you felt, I'm being respected as an individual in this organization. Okay? Now, the zone. Has anyone ever had a job in one moment in time where they respected the organization, team, work, right, felt respected? Has anyone ever lived within that circle of respect, that zone? Okay, so, all right, so what was it like for you going to work? It's great. It's great, right? Did it have anything to do with money? No. All right, so you got to really get this. I saw some people shaking their heads, and you know what every one of you had in common? You were smiling. Because you actually felt as though you were going to work and it was making a difference, and that you were being acknowledged and recognized for that difference. So I really get, right, that when people exist in this circle of respect, which, again, a little bit money, we'll talk about that later, it's just about respect, and that leads to an incredible level of engagement. So then the question becomes, what leads individuals to feel like they're in that circle? You know, it's very simple. What leads people to feel like I'm, for example, being really respected as an individual within this organization? And that's where my focus is for the rest of today.